and this man is also into entrepreneurship too. So yeah, I think you saw he started engaging from the back there. So he's Dieudonne Perry, Mr. Dieudonne Perry. You already heard his name. So hi Dio, how are you?
I am okay. I'm fine, Ben. And thank you so much to Joel and the team for having me here. And I'm always excited to be in church. And I'm excited to share the experience that I have with anyone who needs it, because that's also how I grow. That's how I also get better. And so I'm glad to be here.
That's great. That's great. When you got the invitation from Joel about Activate conference, how is it for you? What did you think? How is that feeling? And what were you expecting from this conference?
So I've been here before. Joel invited me here. I think I've been here several times, actually. Um, but one of the things that I appreciate about Activate is it's touching subjects that are frequently overlooked
Right.
in church. During your session, you were even pointing out it's not biblical to be poor. Like
Right.
we don't talk about entrepreneurship in the church. We don't talk about leadership in the church. We don't talk about partnerships in the church. And so when Joel reached out to me last year, he was like, "I need you to come and do something." Me and Joel were at a place where he doesn't really ask, you know. He just says, "So, you're doing such and such and such. It's going to be
Right.
January 24th." And I just have to prepare. So I'm really, really glad to be here. I think it has been a powerful time so far, and I hope it continues to be like that for the rest of our session.
Great, great. So for those who may not know Smart Liberia well, how did your partnership begin, and what made you decide to work together at leadership level with Marvin as CEO and you as COO?
Um, I don't know how many people know Smart Liberia. If you know Smart Liberia, can I see your hand? Wow. Okay. So before I tell you what partnership, started, let me tell you what Smart Liberia is. Smart Liberia started in 2011 as um, as an answer to a major problem. So three people, Marvin, James, and Ahmed, met at a conference, and they were just talking about the problems in Liberia, and they were really angry. And I don't think that is only, you know, unique to Marvin, James, and Ahmed. I think any group of Liberians staying anywhere right now to just talk about the state of the nation, there is this passion and anger.
Right,
Oh,
right.
nothing works, and our health system is poor. Our security sector is, everything like that. And so, the question in that conversation became, what can we do about it? And that's a road less traveled. And so they decided, let's start with education. Let's go to schools. Let's drive change using students as the drivers of change. Because it's one thing for the administration to put trash can in your classroom. Yo, use it for basketball, you know. But if the students in the classroom decide that they're going to buy a trash can and put in a classroom, they will be the ones to tell other students, don't, you know. So the motto was, let's drive change in schools using students as the drivers of change. And so that worked for a while, and then Smart Liberia has been growing. And now we have evolved into a tech and product company, creating products and services to unleash the human capital potential of our people. And I think we don't know, but just like COVID was a crisis, a health crisis, just like Ebola was a health crisis, I think we're in a human capital crisis in our country, right? The country is only going to move as fast as people who are equipped to move the country. But we're not intentionally equipping people, so that's what Smart Liberia is doing. And so I was invited to sing at a Smart Liberia program in 2013.
Right.
I went to sing at the program, and the energy around the room just kept me there. And I've been there ever since 2013. So I didn't start off as a partner that started Smart Liberia, but I was drawn to the vision because I loved what they did. They were solely focused on young people, and it was driven by young people. And so eventually, character, again, overcompetence because I was just
Right.
in college.
Right.
Character and shared burden brought me to a place where I could become a partner to steer the ship at Smart Liberia. So it wasn't really, okay, you're my partner now or anything, but it was the fact that I cared about the problem, just like those who founded the organization cared about the problem. And that made me a natural partner for leadership and everything. So it was just shared burden.
Okay, how intentional were you from the start about defining responsibilities to avoid overlap, confusion, and power struggles?
Um, the truth is, no partnership is effective if roles and responsibilities are not defined.
Right.
Think about your body. Just, I think one of the easiest way to understand kingdom partnership is to look at your body, because I think it's already spelled out in 1 Corinthians, right?
Right.
Imagine me now answering these questions using my hand. So he asked the question and I'm like this. I am answering the question with a combination and a partnership of my body parts. Do you get it?
Right.
I am holding the mic. That's what my hand is going to do. But I can't speak into the mic with my hand.
Right.
I'll speak into the mic with my mouth. And my mouth will not craft the answers. My brain will. And my brain will not sit on this chair to look at you. My body will. You see? So in partnerships, as long as roles are not clearly defined, then you have overlaps. And the truth of the matter is, most times we feel like if we start a partnership and I say, okay, you didn't want a secretary, I didn't want a president, automatically you feel less important.
Right.
And that is a problem in the kingdom of God, because importance don't come from title, they come from function.
Right. Right.
Yeah, have you been to, I don't know if you've had this experience, but you can go to a place where you automatically feel value in a company by how the receptionist greets you. The receptionist, right? She's just supposed to smile and greet you and say, what are you here to do? But the way she greets you, and the way she smiles, and the way she takes your information, versus some receptionists, you go, they playing Zuma. You know, I don't know if they still play Zuma, but like there was this game that was just really loud. You're trying to stop the balls from going
Candy
into
Crush.
the candy like that. Hey, sit down. When your time reach, like once they treat you like that, there is no value. But some companies, you see the value from the receptionist, from the way the place is clean. You know, there's a janitor working here that values the vision, that values the mission. And so, in a partnership, if roles are not clearly defined, then you have a problem. So, like, we were intentional about that when we got to a point where, hey, I want to sit down and focus on the vision. This is Marvin. I want to sit down and focus on like the vision and what can we do, where can we go. But you can think about the vision all you want. That vision has to be humanized and operationalized for the team to run with.
Right. Right.
That is operation.
Right.
Yeah, so that is what I do now. Okay, we're supposed to be at the forefront of creating products by 2028. How can we do something today that drives us to that? And then you create that task for each and every person. So the person who is supposed to get customers. The
Right.
person who is supposed to build the tech.
Right.
But I think clearly defined roles are, again, think about Moses and Aaron. Moses was the voice, was the person who God called. But at a certain point, he told God, I can't talk. I'll stutter. He said, don't worry. Aaron Moshe. So I will use Aaron, right? It was clear that Moses was hearing from God and he was doing what he was called to do, but he could not do it alone. He needed a partner.
Right.
And so God now ordained Aaron to be his voice while Moses was leading. So it's just clearly defined roles are extremely important in partnerships.
Great. Great. What practical system or habits helped you in Marvin hold each other accountable while also honoring each other's leadership?
So many things. Me and Marvin are friends. Like we've been friends for over almost 13, 14 years. But we're colleagues, right? And one of the core values we have at Smart Liberia is mission first. So what we're working on is bigger than me, and it's bigger than Marvin. But we're coming together to ensure that we can do what we can do to achieve that goal. So there are a lot of systems, actually. There are a lot of technical things I can tell you. But one of the things that we always avoid, but will always be effective in ensuring that partnerships or partners can hold one another accountable, is having crucial conversations.
Right.
Like just check in, right? Check in. If both of us are leading, we check in on Sunday. Hey, what is the target for the week? What are we focusing on? What can we get done? What can we not get done? What can we prioritize? That check-in on Sunday ensures that we are prepared to come and lead a team on Monday.
Right.
Right? And if certain things don't go right, it's, hey, why did this not happen? All right? So there is a concept of psychological safety in the office that we can be cool enough to talk and laugh, but we also professional enough
Right.
to get work done.
Right.
You know, and so I think a lot of times people lean too much into the coolness,
Right.
which stop things from getting done, or lean too much into the getting things done, and it takes away the humanity
Right.
and the just psychological safety in the office. So you have to
Right.
find a way to strike a balance. And I think having crucial conversations is extremely important in that regard.
What should leaders, young leaders here, learn for, I mean, let's say, what should they really look for when choosing strategic partners? And also, what character, competence, chemistry, or calling? I mean, combining all of that. What can you say?
How can I even answer that? The truth of the matter is, whether we like it or not, we all have partners. Where you are right now is a function or a reflection of the partners you've had.
Right.
You know, the speed at which you are achieving certain things is also a reflection of the part. I think I read something somewhere that if you have 5 dull friends, you don't have your 6.
Right.
You know,
Right, exactly.
Do you understand?
Yes.
But if you're in a space where you have 5 wealthy friends, you can remain poor in that cycle.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So it really matters what, and the Bible says in Corinthians, the truth is from Genesis 1, God demonstrates the need for partnerships in the kingdom. Right? In the beginning, he said, you know, God created light and all the creation happened, and then he said, let us create man in our own image. Us, Elohim, the word that's used is for community. It's not one person. It's
Right.
like, let us do that. And all through, you see Jesus fulfilling his ministry when we are prepared in solitude. We are prepared alone. Jesus in the wilderness for 40 days, 40 nights. When he came outside, he picked 12 partners, including Judas. Judas was a partner, and Judas helped Jesus to achieve, you know, to fulfill ministry, right? And so, for me, I prefer calling, competence, calling, character, and then competence and chemistry can follow. Listen, anybody can connect with you on vibes. That chemistry, like anybody can, yeah. We start talking now, you must say, let me you. If you let me you, I'm sorry for you. But you and myself can start talking right now, and we're Manchester United fans. We like basketball, or, you know, we went to the same high school, and vibes, chemistry, sparks everywhere. It does not mean that we'll be good partners to start a business.
Right.
But a lot of us build like long-lasting partnerships or long-lasting endeavors on vibes. It's not supposed to be that.
Right.
It's competence, right? It's calling. That the purpose is clear. What this calling is clear. And I think you were speaking about something, and it brought a thought to my mind when I was sitting in the back. When your calling or your vision is clear, there is a way that natural partners will arise.
Right.
Like naturally, when you're clear that I want to make food, I want to start a food business. Like when you're clear about that, it's natural that you start like connecting with people who also made food,
Right.
can make food.
Right.
You'll get all of that, but like clear. The ease of finding partnerships can really come from the clarity of your calling.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm trying to drive at.
Right.
And then character drives it. You know, character. Timothy was not the most competent preacher, but like he was loyal. His character to Paul, like he was behind Paul like this, like whatever and Paul groomed him, and that relationship really helped. Like there are letters to Timothy that helps young people, and so I think it's calling, it's competence, it's calling, it's character. It's competence because you need skill,
Right.
and then it's chemistry. Because if you have all of that, character also I think highlights the need for shared values. It's one thing for both of us to agree on what to do, but if we don't have shared values, we will always disagree on how to do it. Okay, I want to start a business. I promise you, in this library, what is it? Oh, la library. I will never take a bribe.
Right.
I will never accept a bribe,
Right.
and I will never pay a bribe. So if I have to go to the business registry office and I have to stay in line and they will treat me anyhow, I will do that. But you have a partner that's like, hey, let's just pay the minute 300 and we sit down.
Right.
If the values are not shared, I think that is what the Bible says. Can two walk together unless they agree,
Yeah.
or do not be, unequally
Equally
yoked,
with,
with unbelievers?
yeah.
It's because you need shared values to really achieve the things that you're setting out to achieve. So if both of us want to help young girls, thrive, and just with whatever that young girls are going through in Liberia, and one of my partners don't really see young girls as people that he wants to help or people that he wants to exploit, we can't be partners.
Right.
Right? So we might agree on a vision, but the shared values. And so that's why I say it's calling, it's character, it's competence, and it's vibes.
Right.
Chemistry. Right? Yeah. Because anybody can vibe with anybody, I promise you. Do not build any sustainable thing on vibes. It will not last. Yeah. Sorry, open. I can be long with
yeah. What are early warning signs of an unhealthy partnership? And how should one respond like a leader?
Say that again.
What are early warning signs
Red flags.
of yes, with the red flags?
Yeah. You want to explain it with a corporate, but she just said red flags.
Right.
I promise you there are so many things, man. So many things can be red flags. But one of the things that will quickly break a partnership is silence. And not just silence, but silence towards my partner, but my mouth shop in other places.
Right.
So I'm partnering with Joel to run this thing, and I start feeling like we're not doing certain things, and then I don't talk to Joel. I internalize that, okay, maybe Joel feels that his idea is what should carry this thing, so I don't talk to Joel. I'm silent. And a lot of people say silence means consent, right? Don't always say that. Like, pry. Try. Probe, like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Like, if you're the one who leads,
Right.
ask those questions.
Right.
A meeting is successful when everything is said, even if everything that is said hurts people. The meeting is successful when you clear your chest. I clear my chest. We feel a certain type of way about it, but then we align.
Right.
But if I say anything, it's just like, so silence means consent, we're doing this. And then we go on to do it. Now you're not even fully committed anymore because you disagreed. And then you wanted to fail. You're silently rooting for this thing that you're partnering on to fail. That's why one of our core values at the office is disagree but commit.
Right.
Like it's a core value.
Right.
And when we are talking about how to do certain things, share your ideas. Everybody. And another core value is all ideas matter. Right?
Right.
So anything you say, ensure that you've done the research. Ensure that you have enough information to make your idea what we do. Ensure that you've done that because others will do that.
Right.
When we show up to the room and we all just present our ideas and we're leaning towards this. If we lean towards this, and maybe you are the person who's the most vocal on disagreement, but we agree on that, you will be the one responsible to do that. Like, you will be the one responsible to lead that charge. So even though you disagreed, but you are committed to ensuring that this thing that the organization decided, you're not here to tell us, I told you so.
Right.
So there are a lot of red flags. We don't have all the time. Like, as much as Activate goes on, I'll be here. But just don't be silent when you're supposed to speak. when there's a disagreement, flag it out. Flag it out. Talk about it. Have crucial conversations. Address the issue. Because sometimes, again, having crucial conversation is something that you have to learn. Address the issue. I don't hate you. I have a problem with the fact that you should have delivered this task Monday at 9 and it didn't happen.
Right.
I don't hate you. I don't like this. Why did this not happen? An accountability system, right?
Right.
And then we talk about it in a way that ensures that this thing doesn't happen again. If I need to give you a warning letter, I give you a warning letter. That's what the system requires.
Right.
But I don't
System.
hate you. After here, we can go for lunch and we can talk about it. As friends, we can say, hey, my man, you need to step up. I'll step up. Let's do what we got to. But I don't hate you. I just have to, build on what the system requires. And so one of the red flags, I can go into a lot, but just ensure that you're speaking when you need to speak. Don't be silent with your partner if you're building stuff. Have crucial conversations. It may be painful. How do you think Judas felt when, like, among the 12? In fact, Peter too say, you betray me 3 times. How do you think Peter felt? Or the one who dips his hand in this bowl will be the one to give me? Or
Right.
Judas put it in. How do you think it was crucial?
Right.
But it needed to be said.
Right.
How do you think Jesus felt in a room telling people, hey, this is my last supper with you. I'm going to die. I don't think I can do that. I can't do that. I don't want to know the time I would die. Like, I promise you, God won't carry me, let God carry me. But like, in a place where I know I can't die, like, they one would deny me, like, they one would betray me. I will get ahead of that curve and deal with toil. But it was crucial conversations that really drove, effective partnerships.
Right.
So always talk when you feel you need to. Don't be silent. Even if you're shy and you can't talk in a group, say, hey, can I speak with you outside briefly? Oh, such and such happened. I don't like this. I don't like that. Learn to voice your feelings.
Right.
And that way you guys will get through a lot of things.
Yeah. So now we're about to turn to you, the audience, for engagement. But I think the question came from Tia, and I think you heard one of what Dio said was he spoke of system. So if you build a system, if you know that the system says you should pay yourself, whether you're starting your business, you can pay yourself with $5, pay yourself. If you know that the system says, just as I was saying, I think you heard him talk about to-do lists, and if you know that the system says you're late, so you shouldn't take pay, deny yourself, say yes. I mean, when it starts with you, that discipline starts with you, it means that the system is built on discipline. The system is built on not dishonesty, but on honesty. The system requires that even though I am the CEO and everything, but I'll be to work on time. You will not say, you ain't reached the office yet? Let me point somebody out, my social media, my manager for marketing, Favor. Favor came to me, Favor didn't know all these things. I will pressure Favor. One time Favor met me to one event, the Library MSME conference. I was among people. Favor, I could literally see Favor, like her breath was cutting. She came, they made okay people. I was like, what happened? She said, just because I didn't want you to reach before me, and I was here. And so, but if she knew I was this kind of reluctant person that would just give word, she'd be, nah, man, I come here just now, man. Let me go do my thing. But she knew that I was going to be there. And truly, when she came, she met me. I was already there. So it puts people under pressure. You have to set that system. And at least you guys have heard Dio and I share many things in common.
We work together. I think something I also want to share, a reading that we did at our office, actually I did, is written by Peter Drucker, and it's called Culture Eats Strategy for Breakfast. What it means is, regardless of how strategic you can be, it's the culture that really drives the organization. It's the culture that drives the business.
Right.
Yeah? And again, your significance is not from a title. It doesn't come from a title.
Right.
It comes from your function.
Right.
And your effectiveness in that function. You can be CEO and founder of all day long. Oh, hi, my name is Dieudonne. I'm CEO and founder of their work. CEO and founder of that thing is so easy. It became a wave at a certain point. CEO and founder of. But you don't have $1 in your bank account for the business. CEO and founder of that title.
Right. Right.
Right? But you can hear somebody say, oh, I'm team lead.
Right.
But that person, what you do is, yeah. So one of the things we learned when we were coming up was preach the gospel to me, and when it's necessary, use words.
Right.
Do you understand? Preach the gospel, and always preach the gospel, and whenever it becomes necessary, use words. I'll try one more time. You are called to always preach the gospel. Always. When it becomes necessary, then you will use your words. Okay, in other words, words are not the only necessary factor for you to preach. Life is. You understand now, right? It's what you do is almost always louder than what you say. So in the organization, it's good to say everybody must come to work at 9. It's okay to say that. That's what the system says on the book.
Right.
If you are the leader who's responsible for that, let's say HR or people in culture, and you always show up 9:30, regardless of how much you have meetings and one-on-ones, we must be here at 9, we must be here at 9. Nobody will be there at 9.
Right.
People will show up 9:20, 9. Why? Because you're coming 9:30. But if you say we have to be here at 9 and you show up at 8, in fact, you already have the rectitude to reprimand somebody.
Right.
You are in a place where you can say, please don't do this again. You can't be coming 9:30, you tell me, say, oh, don't come 9:30. That's hypocritical. That the parent that Jesus had with the Pharisees. You can't be saying, do this, not what you're doing. So culture, and culture is really built on what you do.
Right.
Yeah, that do what you say, do what I say, don't do what I do. No, it's not effective. What you do, that what people will see. And what you do is what people hear about you long before you even say hello.
Right. Right.
Way before you speak. So culture will always eat strategy for breakfast. What you do, how you exemplify the systems in the office, how you embody the systems, is how you build the culture. And when you have a great culture, you're able to achieve the strategy that you have.
Great. Let's take questions. Yeah. Yes,
Oh, there are a lot of questions.
Go ahead.
You're scaring me.
Thank you very much. So you spoke about
What a person here.
yeah.
Please stand.
Okay. Sorry, man, I'll go.
So when you were speaking, I wrote something from you. So you said the meeting is successful when everything is clear and said. Meaning you clear your everything on your chest. You say it. So when it is done, there we have a successful meeting. So based on this, I wanna ask you, do you think or believe most of our meetings and things we have around are successful?
That depends, though. But thank you for that's a great question. Let me put it in context. In a meeting where things are supposed to be said, when all those things are said, that meeting is successful, right? And again, it's not every meeting that everything is supposed to be said. There are some meetings where you guys will come and the head of the unit says, hey, we're doing such and such and such. We have to deliver this here. We have to deliver this here. All you came to do is to collect tasks and go implement. In that meeting, not everything is supposed to be said, right? But for example, let's say we have a reconciliation meeting. People get problem, the other side get problem with the other side. We sit down in a meeting and they say the other side will explain. The other side explain. They say the other side, me I get problem. Oh. I don't get nothing to say. But then you step out of that meeting with a lot of things to say. That meeting was not successful, right? If again, and it's not just that. In a meeting where you have to share your ideas, share your thoughts, sometimes your decision to be silent is starving the organization of the idea they need to move forward. Sometimes your decision to say, okay, I will not talk because maybe they know it. So if you have an idea, share it. If you have something you're thinking about, talk, like say it. Again, you might not have the best idea, but if we can all put our ideas together and build around it, we might have, a solid idea. So there are some meetings that we should say a lot of things in that we don't say, so that meeting is not successful. But like, I'm just saying that as a caution to you. If you're in a space where you have to speak out regardless of how it makes people feel. And be respectful when you do that.
Yeah, next person. I'm seeing a hand raised up here.
We don't have
right?
a lot of
The
time
guy?
over here.
Yeah, the guy. The guy in the gray
No,
shirt.
they said they're taking another one from this side.
Okay,
Then
okay.
we'll move on.
All right, yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, my name is Marcy Kojo, and thank you so much for that wonderful teaching. I was so blessed. Actually, when you was talking, you talk about it's not good when you are partnering with someone and you all go have meeting, you just appoint the person, say, you will be the president, you will be the vice president. It will not go far. But when you was talking, I thought about an organization.
Yeah.
We started last year, and when we went for the meeting, everybody didn't turn up. So the founder there, he said that since everybody not turn up, then I would just elect president and vice president. So he elected me as a vice president.
In your absence.
No, I was there.
Oh, okay.
But plenty of people was in there.
Okay.
So after he finished doing that, it was not ready that way for it to be a diplomatic way.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, he let me. I just feeling weak. So even go in the group chat to post information, nothing like that. I can do it. So how you think that I will work since I'm already there to work and fill up that space?
If you don't mind me asking, what is this organization about?
It's about young people coming together, praying for our other young friends that are out there, and also going out to teach people that need to hear the word of God. We call it Stand for Jesus.
Stand for Jesus.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, Mercy? Stand for what does it mean to you? Sorry, I'm trying to get to a point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
To me, it means that no matter what, I need to stand
Right.
to whether I'm elected, whether I'm not elected. I need to stand because someone out there needs my prayer and someone out there needs me to talk to them.
Yeah.
So that's what it means to me.
If you don't pray for this group, right? If you don't come together and really pray for other young people, what do you think will happen to those young people?
They will go astray.
They will go astray. Do you need a title to do that?
No.
Okay. I'm asking these questions because sometimes there's a need for titles.
Yeah.
Right? But the vice president, it really doesn't matter if you're passionate about winning souls for Christ. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you're passionate about ensuring that every young person in this country, in this world, is on fire for God, has a relationship with Christ, I don't need to be called a vice president to do that.
Sure.
I care about, because what is vice president in a matter of heaven and hell? Vice president ain't matter. I think there's a story, there is a story in the Bible with, Lazarus and a rich man. There was a rich man who went there, he started asking Lazarus for water. Titles don't matter when it comes to eternity and life with God and life with Christ. If I care about this thing, if I care about ensuring that, souls are won to Christ, you made me janitor. You made me the one I read in that I'm praying, I'm showing up for meetings, I'm fasting, I'm doing it because away from the hierarchy, away from the structure, away from the organogram, There is a soul that needs Jesus. That's all that matters, right? And so once you have that type of passion, it drives you to function. So don't be weak because the Pope, our president, title. No. Once you care about it, do what you have to do. And because you're effective, then you will naturally rise to positions of leadership because you there now. Like you the one praying, like you the one fasting, you the one saying, okay, we're going junction today, we're going here, they will rehab tomorrow. So when the whole group come next week, maybe people will want title, but when people really have idea in that place, will say, let mercy, because mercy understands this thing. You know, the way you are effective helps you to rise naturally to positions of leadership. So don't focus on the title. Just have passion for what you're doing, purpose, right? And then pursue it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes. Yes, we will take the guy from this side.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Perry.
No problem.
And I learned something very important. I thought I was wrong, but I just got to know it's the right decision I've been taking. About talking, like clearing your chest.
Oh, okay.
So those who I work with,
Yes.
for every time we have a meeting, because we schedule, after every 3 months, we have meeting for grievances, for everybody express themselves. So in that time, yeah, so everybody express themselves.
Right.
In every 3 months, at one meeting, everybody express themselves,
Yeah.
what they like, that dislike, and the way we can move forward. So in that time, I can't keep anything.
Yeah.
If you are doing it for the first month, and then get it to me, so that you know it, so that I will just waste everything. Also, I will say, why the way you can do everything? I say, yeah, I feel I can keep things.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking, I say, wait, maybe I need to adjust to it. You see everybody, but I just got to know that the right decision I made.
Okay, wait.
Thank you.
Yeah, wait. Let me provide a little adjustment. It's always good to clear your chest, right? But as you grow in your leadership, you'll also understand sometimes not everything makes it to the grievances meeting.
Right.
Don't keep, if you're doing the thing in March, you get something in your heart January. You keep it in your heart from January to March. You know? So sometimes, if you get a problem with mercy in January, call mercy in January. Mercy, such and such needs to happen. If mercy improves, there is no need for that to make it to the meeting. Right? I think the things that make it to grievance, it's okay to have grievances meeting because a lot of people are silent. We have a silent culture in this country. A lot of people don't talk. Someone will get there and I say, oh, this is how I feel, this is how I feel. But if we really start having crucial conversations, most of the things will not make it to grievances meeting. Right? So as you grow in your leadership, try to address. And again, what makes a man shame? Right. So if you keep something in your heart for me from January all the way to March, you have to come tell everybody, say, this is what you don't like about Dio. I'll feel a certain type of way about it, right? So leadership is also wisdom. As much as it's speaking, it's also wisdom. You understand that, hey, I know maybe this person is an introvert, this person blah, blah, blah. Our culture at the office is when you do something first, you don't even go to people in culture. You know, I call you to the side and say, that wasn't cool. That one between you and myself, it wasn't cool. I think we shouldn't do that again. Let's fix that. Okay. If you do it again, then maybe you need to take a trip to PNC so she can talk to you. If you do it again, then maybe you need letter on your file. If you do that same thing again, then if we suspend you, then nobody hates you. You know, but not everything makes it to grievances meeting. Sometimes you balance it with wisdom.
All right, thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
So my question.
You didn't ask a question like that premise.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So for young entrepreneurs who lack capital,
Yeah.
but have strong ideas, how do they identify partners who add value without taking away ownership of their vision, and when it is the right time to invite such partners in?
That's a great question. Clarify your idea. You know, Paul and Barnabas did not decide that they were going to go to ministry by themselves. You know Paul and Barnabas, where?
I heard about it.
Okay. Paul and Barnabas are two like preachers like from the Bible, early apostolic church. But they were selected for one another by the Holy Spirit. The Bible says both of them were separated unto God by himself. And so clarify your idea. A lot of us have brilliant ideas but vague. What do you want to do? I want to help young people thrive in this life. You know how many ways young people can thrive in this life? What do you really want to do? I want to help young people thrive through educational opportunities. Hey, plenty. It's still vague. What do you really want to do? There is a book that I read called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. He says if you clarify the vision, like if you clarify why you do this, how you do it will almost always become visible, right? Almost always. And learn how to pray about partners. Learn how to pray for partnerships. It's not just because you think that this man is smart, so he makes a great partner. No, learn how to pray about partners. Forget about the titles. If you have a small cycle and you share that idea, and you see one of your friends consistently asking you, "My man, you not started thing? My man, you not started thing?" Maybe that person won't be more involved. Bring the person close. And gradually, once the idea is clear and you're diligent, forget about titles, partners will naturally rise. And relative to fundraising, I think, that entrepreneurship question was supposed to go to Ben, but you could start friends raising, you could start in your family, like just learn how to ask, I think they say audacity is the key to entry. If you don't, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you have a budget of $1,000, you share it. "Oh, Ben, I have a business that I want to start. Please give me $50. No, I don't have money. On to the next. Do you have a business of 1,000? Give me $50. I give you $25. You still get something. On to the next. Well, like find a way. And then don't just ask for money because you want to ask for money. Present the value. We have to be fruitful and multiply. I think there is something that we need to do. Then we'll have dominion. Like that's a formula, right? So share value. What are you gonna do as a function of this business? What value does this business add? And once people see the value, they will support it naturally. But pray about your partnerships. Yeah. We'll get 3 minutes so people will go. I'll be here after. Yeah. Yes, woman of God.
Yeah, thank you so much. You talked about shared responsibilities.
Yes.
So I want to know, what do you do as a leader when certain people or a person isn't living up to their task, and you know that this person is capable or they has the potential? And what do you do when another person is really helping the organization move forward, but this person has questionable character?
Helping the organization move forward, how?
Organizational, everything, like the person has the potential, right?
Yeah.
The person can do stuff and they can make tasks done easily. They're helping the organization to move forward and everything is moving smoothly, but the person has questionable character.
What does that mean?
Meaning they have some lapses when it comes to, should I say, family affairs, social affairs.
Okay. It's different when somebody has family issues and questionable character.
Questionable character, like maybe
The person can steal.
rape case. It's questionable character.
Yes, so doesn't the question answer itself easily? If a person can rape, must they be in your organization? Is that the only way your organization will move forward? Stop. That questionable character need to be, a court, a jail. Like rape is a crime, right? Hey, but if this person, if this person can steal, and then that you get money in the office, how they moving? They moving you forward, or they keeping you stagnant? Because they get a tax done, but the money you need to finance the tax, they steal it. You understand?
What if they are not stealing?
Okay, that's why I need us to break certain things down. Again, in a nutshell, always ensure that you are raising value-driven leaders. You're building values-driven partnerships. That again, you guys maybe share the same faith to a large extent. You guys believe in Jesus. Shared values, right? Questionable characters. Listen, when you come to God with all of those things, that is His work. He changes us from the inside out. His love changes us. But you need to have people with shared values. Like, what are your values? Questionable character should not thrive in your organization. It must not. Right? There are other competent people with better character. Then you hire. That's the point of looking for new people. All right?
So, what about this person that they has problem of getting taxes done and they has the potential?
Yes, it's again, let's assign people what we know they're able to do. That one is a leadership issue. If two or all say we co-founders for the organization, it doesn't mean I'm qualified to be your chief operating officer. Maybe I can just help you take notes. We can be co-founders because we founded this thing, but I don't have to be the CEO because I don't have the capacity, I don't have the competence to do that, right? So when people have potential, put them in a space where they can learn and grow, learning and development. Let them read a lot of books. Let them grow into the role, but always assign people what you know they're able to do, not what they have the potential to do, because most times that affects the functionality of the organization. Maybe we can take one more and then.
Yeah, let me just add to what you were saying. This is a very crucial question.
Yeah.
One thing you need to know, like he said, from a believer's standpoint, anyone that does not reflect what God's will is, or so, your life is supposed to be a signboard for the unbeliever to read. So you are supposed to show them to Christ. So you can tell somebody about Christ, but they don't see Christ in you. Like Matthew 5:14 would say, "Light your light, shine, and they may see it." So, one thing that is very essential for any organization, whether it's a business or so, you need to train your staff. Yeah. So, in training does not mean just the manual training, how to handle equipment or manage logistics or office or so. In training, if you're a believer and you believe in praying for your staff, or before you go to work, you have devotion. You need a culture that should be a practice no matter who come in your office or so. So you need to make them to understand. If one person, let me tell you something, there is something called personal conviction. I think Pastor Nicole and her colleague were talking about it. Once that person know, oh, I'm working with this, I'm working with Dio, and I don't see Dio doing these things, or Dio is not like this. And that person, you know what the person will do? They will come and tell you, Dio, I have a problem. And they will explain that problem. Best thing Dio could do, if Dio does not want to shame you, he will tell you, please, you know what? You can resign, or you can maybe take a break, ask for maybe a leave of absence, go and clear your name or something for some time, and then you come back. Or just resign and don't bring shame to yourself. At the end of the day, when it comes, it does not affect. But anything that affects your business or your institution, cut it off.
Yeah. Don't have anybody with a question ever carried on your team, I beg you.
Yeah, so, go ahead. I think we'll take you and one more, then we'll cut it there.
All right, so thank you so much for the topic on, So my question here is, having heard about everything that I've been taught here, and then I'm seeing myself as fourth. That is, as a leader, what you talk about, you are not completing tasks as, you are just there, you are not completing tasks. Probably it came from how I was raised. Not that I'm giving credit to it or I'm holding it, but then it came from how I was raised. And I turned up to be a laissez-faire leader. So how can I move from a laissez-faire leader to be a potential leader?
What makes you a laissez-faire leader is your characteristics as a leader, right? So just in a nutshell, just define these different, because we have servant leaders, we have situational leadership, we have executive, like there are different types of leadership. Define those ones, and then see where you are. If you're in a place where you're laissez-faire and that's not what you want to be, define servant leadership and see what a servant leader does. And then, take on those attributes. I promise you, leadership is one of the most difficult things that you will do. Leadership not easy. Neither is entrepreneurship. But in this life, you have to pick your difficult. Because leading is difficult. Being led by somebody who you don't think is qualified to be a leader is also difficult. Pick your difficult, right? So if it's going to be a challenge for you, somebody said it, Pastor Joel, I was watching it while I was coming. Growth happens out of our comfort zones, right? If you want to be a leader and you're comfortable as a laissez-faire person, then you know you're not growing. Step out of that box and just apply yourself. Define the characteristics of the leader that you are trying to be and strive for it.
Thank you.
Yes, there's somebody hand at the back there.
And then Pastor Joel. Like,
Yeah.
last question. Yes, please.
Yes, take the microphone to her hand.
Okay, my name is Rashida. Thank you. So my question is,
Sorry,
why
Rashida who?
Rashida Kwali.
Oh, I thought I had last name. Thank you, Rashida. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Rashida Kwali, and my question is, why if you're a leader or you are playing a team lead, and then you get your teammate, right? And then you give them responsibility, but you don't want to overlap function, and then you get a due date, and out of the day, like I said, 1 week to the due date, all the responsibility fall back on you. What will you do?
There should be a lot of reasons why the responsibilities will fall back on you now. But if it falls back on you because the people are not competent to do the work, then you have to evaluate your team, right? Evaluate, like I said earlier, assign to people what you know they're able to do. And sometimes leadership is not always in delegation, right? Sometimes you delegate, but sometimes you exemplify what you want people to do. Okay, if you're the youth president or the youth fellowship president for this church, and you say, okay, on Saturday we're cleaning the church. One person will be responsible for this. It's one thing to delegate over there, but exemplification, if you show up Saturday morning and you get a broom and you get the towel and you get the bucket and you're already cleaning, even though you're alone here, that automatically inspires another person to work. Sometimes people want to do the thing that they see the leaders doing. Leaders are quick to delegate, oh, you do this, you report to me. Positional leadership, right? But you need to sometimes put yourself in the shoe of, hey, I need to do this thing so my team can see me doing it. If I'm doing this thing and you come and you're doing something else, automatically we're having a conversation. Right. Automatically we're talking. If we're supposed to clean, I show up here to clean. And the people that clean are the people who buying breakfast for, and you show up to eat, we're having a conversation, we're having a chat. We will talk about it. But sometimes we delegate and we don't check in, we don't follow up, we don't ensure that the team members have everything they need to succeed in a role. And they too don't ask. So by the time we get to the deadline, the tasks don't get done. Leadership is situational most times. You have to be wise. You have to know when to make a decision firm, no matter how people feel, or you need to know when to, hey, let's have a conversation. How can I delegate? How can I exemplify? How can I speak? How can I act? It's really situational, so you need to just really study it. But it's difficult. Sometimes it gets really lonely. Sometimes you have to chastise a person that's really close to you, and it happens, but you have to get stuff done. All right? But I think that will be the last question. If you have any other questions after here, you can just meet me in the back. I'll hang around for a while.
Yes. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together for Dieudonne Perry.